All right, guys, for another video home tour. Today we're gonna be touring this home that was actually built in 1992. It has been completely remodeled. Now the home is about 5,600 square feet. However, the county records, it does state it's 6,100 square feet. Features a total of 5 bedrooms, 3 dens, and 5 bathrooms with a 3-car garage. So let's go inside. Let's see exactly what's going on with this home. So let's get started. So on the outside, as you can see, we have a nice circular driveway here, 3-car garage. You do have an option for an RV if you want to take down all these pavers here. We have a couple entryways here. We have one here that takes us off to the side, right directly into the kitchen and also to the garage. So if you have groceries, you park right here, you just walk it through here, or we can actually go through the French doors. However, let's take a look at the exterior. There's a lot of money that has been put into this home. As you can see, there's a lot of iron rods, the brick style home. You don't get that too much out here in Las Vegas, but as you can see, corner lot with a bunch of landscaping. Again, look at all the trees, very natural, a lot of shade. As I'm coming in through these solid steel doors here, what I do like about this is that when the weather starts to cool down, you can actually open up these doors and you can bring in a lot of breeze. Now off to my right, we have a theater room. So let's check this thing out real quick. So with the theater room, you do have the pocket doors, and this is enough to seat a total of 8 people. As you can see, we have the beautiful screen here. We've got the microwave. We've got a nice little chiller. So if you have like soda and all that stuff, you can put your popcorn. We do have the surround sounds projecting screens. Now across this way right here, this is actually gonna be the formal dining. Now with the formal dining, as you can see, there's a lot of cladding on the wall. You're gonna have a lot of blacks, whites, and some natural tone here. We also have the crown molding as well. In addition to that, all the can lighting have been replaced. One thing I've noticed as well, we have orange peel texture. So this is enough to sit a total of 6 people. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head down this way because there's a lot to take a look at. So right above us right here, we actually have the catwalk. We have the kitchen on this side, but we're gonna walk down this hallway here. So a couple things, 1, 2, 3, this is all storage. This is gonna be your office right here that overlooks the backyard. I know that it is a little bit darker here, kind of sets the tone and the mood. However, if you wanna change the paint color, completely fine. We do have 9-foot ceilings. Now, here on this side, they converted this into the gym. And what I like about this is that this house has a lot of things to offer. Number 1, you do have these iron French doors that take us out into the backyard. There's a covered patio here where you can sit down and relax. As you can see, all the cabinets. We also have the Murphy bed too as well. Here we have our own suite, okay? 3-quarter bath. Now with the 3-quarter bath, what I do like about this is a couple things. I like the black marble-like stone. And also we have the jets with the rainfall and the vessel sink and the backlit for the mirror. So here is your bedroom. So this is one of the bedrooms. This bedroom is gonna be in front of the house. Then we have our closet right here. As you can see, we have the ceiling fans and also the recessed lighting as well. So we're gonna make our way back over here. So one thing that I noticed with the focal point on this one right here is actually the wine rack. So I believe on this one, you could store about 50 different types of wines for display. And I do like the light that really just shines on the backsplash on here. And then we also have the gold trim. Right over here, everything's completely open. Then we have our ceiling fans with our beams. Walls have been cladded. Then right here, this is where you're probably gonna spend most of your time with this 85-inch screen TV. Then we also have the linear fireplace. I believe this is a 70-inch fireplace. Now let's make our way into the kitchen. Now the kitchen has been completely remodeled. These are gonna be the European cabinets here with the gold hand pulls, okay? You can see how nice and soft these are right here. Then we have our built-in Sub-Zero refrigerator. This one is a 72-inch counter depth, which is really nice. What I like about this is you can put your soda, your wine rack right here if you choose to. And also we have our freezer as well. Now, if you guys want to make a latte, we could definitely make a latte. Totally up to you, okay? 2 islands on here. Now this is actually enough to actually seat 6 people. Now with the island, there's a lot of upgrades and options here. This is where you're gonna kind of like cook and prep your vegetables. Then we have this nice burner, 48-inch with the pot filler. As you see, the backsplash takes it all the way up to the top. Then we have the quartz, again, the European cabinets with the double stack here. Unfortunately, you can't do the 42 upper cabinets with a 9-foot ceiling. So this is a 36 and an 18 to completely finish it off. But check this out. You do have a nice front apron. Okay, this is a cast iron right here. And we have the old school faucet, which is, I think, brings in a lot of charm. But also what I like about this is that we actually overlook the backyard. Now the backyard is really nice, so we're gonna actually save that for last because you're not gonna get a home like this anymore. Now, if you're a chef, what's great about this, we have Viking, okay? We can bake, warm up our food for the parties. In addition to that, we actually have a second refrigerator. So have you ever seen a second refrigerator or 2 refrigerators in a kitchen? Probably not, but this home actually has it. So let's go back down this way because I wanna show you this, and this is important. Okay, there's a lot of things that I'm probably not going to point out because we don't want to make this video too long. But if you take a look at the trim and also take a look at this, we have the herringbone as I walk through here with the stack stone here. Kind of gives you that old antique, but also the modern feel. So we've got 2 directions. Let's go back this way here. So we have our valley section. This was that door I was talking about. If you park your car out here, you could just walk right through here with all your groceries. In here we have the 3-car garage. It is fully epoxy, okay? Now, back here, this is another service door that takes us out to the back. So if you have like pool equipment, you know, or if you have like gardening tools that you like to garden, this is a good way to do it. And these are all steel again, or iron. As you can see, we have all the storage here. We're gonna make our way back inside the property. Also, one thing I do want to point out, we have the 240 right here with the plug. So just depending on what type of electric vehicle you have, you could just switch this off. All right, so now we're gonna come back into the house. We're gonna make our way back down here. So pantries are gonna be right here. Off to the left, we have this barn door here. Second barn door is gonna lead us right into the laundry room. So as you can see, we have custom cabinets. We have the front load Samsung, and then we also have our utility sink. And then we have our cladded marble here in the backsplash as well. Now I'm gonna make my way down here. What I like about this is that we have another bedroom in the back of the house. As you can see, we have the picture windows fully framed out here. We have custom 8 inches on the baseboards as well. Closet here. Then our access to the back, but also if you have guests, you probably want to put your guests here because you also have a bathroom right here too as well. Now on the second floor, we actually have a catwalk. With this catwalk, there's actually a loft area. So a couple things I do want to show you how open it is. There's a lot of windows that brings in a lot of light. So as you can see, this house doesn't really have any type of blinds, which is perfect. It's still private here. Now right back of me, we have the primary. And this is a massive primary. We're gonna get into that in just a second. Now we're gonna head back over here. And when I first came here, I actually thought this was the primary bedroom. But this is very unique because this room has its own retreat. So this is where you're gonna be spending probably most of your time, okay? Closet's gonna be right here over to the right. Here, we actually have a balcony. Now there's actually a total of 4 balconies throughout this whole house here. But as you can see, beautiful landscaping. You don't get anything like this in Vegas other than the fountains. All right, let's take a look at the bathroom here. So this is a full bathroom that has a total of 5 shower heads. Then we actually have our soap tub. But what I do like about this is the glass tile right here. Now over here, they did the upgrades, his and hers floating vanity. Again, then we have the LED lights with the mirror to really set that tone. All right, so this is the catwalk here. As you can see, it's on both sides, but now we're gonna go through the primary. Now the primary is very large. I'm gonna say this primary is probably 15 wide, probably about 28. Now, if you guys want more information about this property, I'm gonna have a link in the description below. Now, this is a very unique primary. I've never seen anything like this, okay? First and foremost, we do have the fireplace here, fully cladded 85-inch TV. But I want to take you guys back over here real quick. Here we have the balcony to the backyard. So we have our own balcony that just overlooks everything. But this is what I think is pretty cool about this. Never seen anything like this before. But I guess homes in the early 90s, they did something like this. So we have a refrigerator, a sink. Then this actually steps down, okay? One thing I didn't point out to you guys is that the flooring, LVP flooring throughout, there's some tiles as well. But take a look at all the windows. But I mean, this is kind of like a little cozy area. So if you like want to read, relax, have something quiet, really cool, right? But then over here, on this side, look at all this trim work right here. We have our closet. So again, we have the European cabinets, and then we come into the closet with a beautiful center island. Look at this woodwork right here. I gotta point this out for all the viewers. See, this is something that you can appreciate. It's not my style, but I can definitely appreciate that. But look, we have another balcony as well. So I can't even count how many balconies at this point. Now let's go take a look at the bathroom. What I like about this bathroom, the flooring here is 24 by 48. We have a his and hers lavatory. And right here, dual sink, again, European cabinets. But the crazy thing about this is that this shower, and this is such a great idea where the floor, there is no threshold as you come in. You have a his and her shower, soap box right here, bench seat, which is, I think this is really cool. 2 shower heads, but if you come on this side, this is kind of like more of a steam shower. So let me show you what's going on here. You have a total of 6 shower heads. So if you want to put on like the steam, you just make the adjustments and you just stand here while you just get steamed to death, okay? But then we also have a handle. See, you shave the legs or whatever's, you know, and I thought that was kind of cool. Right here, they did the upgrades. So what they did right here was add a standing free tub with a beautiful gooseneck. Okay, so as we make our way to the backyard, definitely love the backyard. Now, this parcel is about 21,000 square feet. This is definitely a lot of land, but let me take you guys down this way here because I think this is very cool. So this door right here takes us back into the kitchen. So like if you're cooking and you want to hang out and entertain in the backyard, you have like a full bar here. 48-inch grill, which is really nice, stainless steel. You do have a sink right here, and then we also have a refrigerator. Now this door right here was to the door that leads into that 1 bedroom and also the bathroom. Now coming on this side right here, a couple things I've noticed, we've got some pavers. This is what I do want to point out. If you wanted to put an RV here, you could, but you would have to grade all this out. But most importantly, homes that were built in 1992, they were all using R22 refrigerant. Reason why this is important, because if you buy a home that's a little bit older, you need to check the date on the AC unit and the type of refrigerant. So here, this is probably a 454B refrigerant. Because what happens is if you have an R22 and the R22 is now obsolete, you're required to replace them all. So all this has been replaced. Now this is one of the most expensive things to a house, believe it or not, an AC unit. So as you can see, we have 3 here, has been replaced. We have another one on the other side too as well. Right here is actually gonna be the pool pump. Also, gotta show you this, because I thought this is kind of cool. I don't know what it is, but every time somebody jumps in a pool, I guess the courtesy is you should actually take a shower before jumping in the pool. Is that right, John? Because I remember like when I was in Hawaii, I just jumped in the pool. Like we didn't shower, but this is where you're gonna come, take a shower, right? Might be hot, cold, you just jump here real quick, then jump into the pool. For all you athletic people, we have a full sauna, which I think is really cool. One thing I do want to point out is how large this pool is. Now, as you can see, this pool actually has a springboard or a diving board. You do not get this anymore. This is actually grandfathered in. Now, all the homes now is required by the county to be 600 square feet of surface space. This pool right here, I'm not too sure how deep it is, but it's probably more than 10 feet deep if you are gonna dive. And as you can see how wide it is, this you just can't get it. So heading down this way, as you can see, landscaping, we've got the river rock. Now we have a basketball court. However, if you want to change this out, okay, because it was really originally designed for a tennis court. So literally, this is a full tennis court. Exit point from the property through this gate too as well. Again, if you have like any kids, this is definitely probably like the place to live. All right, so the HOAs for a home like this in this community will run you $435 a month. Property taxes roughly about $9,000 annually. Now, for $2.7 million, let me know if you would actually buy this home. Now, if you guys want more information about this home, I'll have a link in the description and also a link in the comments. Other than that, until next time, I'm Chakits, and be blessed. Peace.